What's up, y'all? It is Tasha. I am back with another Microloc update video. Child, it's been a while, but here I am with the update. And really, it ain't much of an update because the ton has not changed. But I feel like I need to come on and give you guys updates about how my hair is doing, since of course I did them myself, and I know I have a few that follow me that have that do your own locks as well. So just want to keep you updated on where my progress is. Although no two heads are the same. But hopefully this video helps you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this video. My hair is wet. I went ahead and I actually just washed it, and I figured why not knock out two birds with one stone. I can go ahead and braid my hair up and give you guys updates all at the same time with my hair. So this is still it. Not soaking wet because I do still leave it in my turban after I shower. I shampoo my hair first, put this on, then go ahead and finish, shampooing my body. So this stays on the whole time and then take it down. So it's not completely like dripping wet, but still pretty wet and still has a little bit of weight to it from the water. So this is bare naked hair with nothing on it. Today I'm not picky about my shampoos, but today I used, I think, Uncle Funky's Daughter clarifying shampoo. That's been what I've been using thus far, just because that's what I have on hand. Before I was using the Melanin Hair Care shampoo, and I'm just completely out of that, but I want to use up whatever the others that I have before purchasing new shampoo. And I probably will purchase the Melanin again because I do really like it for my hair, but I also do like the clarifying by Uncle Funky's Daughter because it has I'm not sure if it has peppermint or menthol or something in it, but makes my scalp have that cool feeling, and I really do like that. So just going ahead and putting on my leave-in conditioner, y'all. Legit same routine that I've been doing. I have not really changed a lot. I wash my hair about once every 10 days or so now, or just whenever it just gets too itchy and I know it's dirty at that point, to go ahead and actually wash it again, just so that I can be as lazy as I can, because I've become pretty lazy with my hair. We'll go ahead and put some oil on it as well. So let me go ahead and start talking about the updates, y'all. So I am now just shy of 20 months locked. So I'm just gonna go ahead and title this video 20-month lock update, because I'm literally like a week away at this point from it being 20 months from having my locks. So far so good. When it comes to budding, I am getting a little bit more budding in the front now, where the back is pretty much like from here, from like the middle of my head on down, is pretty much budded for the most part. Like, they are pretty solid, but then the rest, as you can see, the ends are still very much loose, and I'm not mad at it again, because y'all know how I feel going back and forth about my curly ends. But budding is still going very well on the parts that it is. The only thing I kind of don't like about budding, and this is totally me being picky, because I do braid outs pretty much 90% of the time with my hair, because it's just easier for it to air dry that way, and for it to give me the wavy look for a few days as well, is that when I go to braid the locks that are actually budded on the ends, I have to use rubber bands on the end, and I can't put as many, I find, in a group together, because they get so thick on the ends because of the buds. So those I have to make a little bit smaller groups than I do in the front, where it's still pretty loose at the ends. I can braid those all the way down to the ends without having to use a rubber band. So I know, being real picky, but that's what it is on the budding end. So I'll talk to you guys about loose hair before I start braiding. So my hair still pretty much has issues with loose hair. So if you can see here, like outside of my lock, that's where the loose hair goes. And it's pretty much, I find it's worse, well, more frequent in the front of my hair, and then at the nape of my neck. In the middle, it's still there, but it's not so much. Most of that kind of stays contained in the lock, but definitely everywhere else, my hair just does not grow with the lock. The new growth that comes in, it's just ain't happening, sis. And I've just come to terms that that's just what it is at this point. I'm in a couple of lock groups on Facebook as well, and some other people express having the same issue. and they don't even do their own hair, so it's not like it's anything that I'm doing, I don't think. So I think it's just maybe whatever hair texture, that's just causing that. So I've just learned to say, it is what it is. My hair is not going to be as nice and neat all the time as I see a lot of other people locks are, which I'm like, oh, why can't my locks do that? But they're all on their own little individual journey. So, it is what it is. But that is an issue for me. So I continue to just wrap the loose hair amongst itself. If I actually need to go ahead and retighten, then I will go ahead and retighten locks. It doesn't have to be on a certain schedule. If, say, the front, I'm noticing it real bad, I'll go ahead and interlock just that front row just to make sure I'm trying to keep that nice and neat, and the straight hairs just don't get too crazy. And I just do more damage than good waiting too long. But that's where I am with the loose hair. I am still definitely dyeing my grays because I ain't ready. I'm not ready. Okay. And my hair continues to grow like crazy. Like, you may not be able to see, the camera may or may not pick it up, but you may be able to already see the gray that's coming in. Y'all, I legit dyed my hair. It hasn't even been a full 2 weeks. Hasn't even been a full 2 weeks. And the new growth is already like, hey girl, hey, we're gonna wait a little bit longer, but we here waiting in the wings. Hey. Anyway, but I'm still definitely dyeing it black because it's too much gray, and I'm only 37 and I'm not here for it yet. Okay, it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my grid. It is actually still there for the most part, but I find that the older my hair, the longer I have my locks, shall I say, I'm not so concerned about the grid anymore. Like, I thought I would be one of those people that always, like, I had to see the grid. I want to see the grid. It always needs to be crisp and there. And the more I retie, not that I'm intentionally doing it on purpose where it's messing up the grid, but I'm finding that if the grid is off, I really don't care. And I'm not like being intentional about, oh God, I have to fix that part and make sure that it is straight. It's not that big of a deal to me anymore. I don't style my hair pretty much at all. I just wear it down or wear it in a bun or wear it in a ponytail. And that's really all I do to my hair. So I'm really not needing my parts to be really, really straight because I'm doing all these hairstyles all the time. But again, I'm just finding that's just not a battle that I really want to fight. And I find, like I said, the older they are, it's really not that important. So I just, I let it go and let it do what it do. Next, we'll touch on reties. So you guys know I kind of just do my own retie schedule since, of course, I retie my hair myself. So the perimeter, the edges, and the back, I probably retie about every 3 weeks or so. Once the new growth starts coming in and it starts looking a little too frizzy and rough, I do retie that in a 2-point rotation. And then the rest of my hair usually gets retied somewhere between week 4 and week 6 for the most part. That schedule still works pretty well for me. And I haven't seen any negative effects as far as the perimeter of retying it frequently. Again, I'm not retying it so tight when I am redoing the front. So if it looks really frizzy, but it's only 1 or 2 rotations that I'm able to do, I just do that and don't try to force anymore because I don't want it to damage my hair. The point of me doing the perimeter a little bit more frequently is so that I don't have so much of that loose hair just hanging around and it just, getting intertwined with the other locks. And also making sure to try to keep the base of the lock strong by keeping that loose hair wrapped in there as much as I can. When it comes to bunching, I still do have some issues with bunching. Y'all can probably see a few of them like here. So it's more so at the ends, not the hair that's actually been interlocked. So all this is like interlocked hair. And then down here is where you start getting into the either the two-strand twist pattern if I didn't get it all, or it's when I went back and actually interlocked the entire length of the lock is where I'm seeing most of it done. But actually, if I compare it to where it was months ago, the part that was bunching where I had maybe larger pieces that were bunched, I've just been leaving them alone. I haven't really done anything to them, and they've really been smoothing themselves out along the way. So I do encourage anybody that is experiencing bunching, and I don't think mine is severe. So if it's severe, maybe you want to like palm roll to train it to do what it do and would do what you want it to do. But I'm finding that, just braiding my hair how I normally do and just leaving it alone, it's just starting to naturally come into its own and really align with the rest of the lock. And honestly, I'm not planning on having locks that are like mid back length, waist length, and all that stuff. So eventually that hair will get trimmed off when I actually do cut my locks, either do a trim or when I get tired of my locks and actually just cut them off. So I'm not worried about it too much. And again, because they bunch a little bit, they do give me more volume in my hair towards the ends when I'm wearing my hairstyle. So I just leave them alone. They don't bother me, so I don't bother them. Combining locks. So I did combine two of my locks in the back. Let me see if I can find those. Actually, I think I did. Yep. It's this one right here. So here is the one that I combined. I just felt like these two, they were, while I do have some locks that are smaller, I felt like they were really small on their own as far as being really skinny. And I believe I talked about this probably like in one of my very earlier like install videos of just because of the density of your hair, although every lock may be parted the same, the number of strands of hair that are in that lock could of course vary. So those two locks to me just didn't feel like they had a lot of hair to really hold them stronger. So I went ahead and combined them. I did not like crochet the two locks together. As you can see, it's just one and then splits into two because as I've been retightening my hair, I've just been retightening their roots together and just letting the other two locks just kind of do their thing. And I'm hoping eventually they will just go ahead and start to lock together because they are locking together at the root. And I'm hoping that the lock just continues to work its way down. But so far so good. It's been a good choice where I feel like the base is definitely more stable, and I haven't had any issues with that little lock back there. But that's been the only one. So now my lock count is at 208 locks. Curly ends. So I pretty much have been secure in my decision of I think I'm going to keep the curly ends at least here in the front here. I haven't had to do anything thus far to keep them curly. They've just been there, but there's been a few of them where I can feel that the curl is starting to wrap among itself. And I've just been taking my finger or rat tail comb and just kind of picking at the ends a little bit to keep the ends of it loose. I feel like it's not personally doing anything as far as the rest of the locking. Of course, y'all know I am not nobody's loctician. So, do what's best for your hair, and I'm going to do what's best for mine. And the only reason why I say that is because those locks that still have curly ends, when I run my hands down the length of the lock feels solid all the way down until I get to the curly ends. So it's not like my lock is feeling really squishy where it's not locking and then I still have the loose end. It's like where my lock feels secure and my end is just curly. Like, it feels secure all the way down until I get literally right here. And then that's my curly end. So that's all I've been doing. So if the front starts to bud a little bit, I'll just continue to pick at those and just leave it doing what it's doing because I like the curly ends. And we're going to leave it there, okay? And then the last thing I want to touch on is braiding and banding. You guys saw right before I jumped on here, I said I had just washed my hair. And you did not see any braids because I do not braid and band. I probably stopped braiding and banding, honestly, probably sooner than I was supposed to. So don't do what I do. But I was just over it. But I would say for like the past solid 6 months, if not a little bit more, I have not braided and banded. And I thought that's why maybe I was having so much loose hair and things like that, but every now and then I'll braid and band when I wash, and I really don't see a difference in my hair feeling loose, my feeling like just my reties don't last a long time. I just didn't see a difference. So I'm not going to spend the extra time doing the braiding and banding to take it out to then braid it again for my hair to actually dry when I don't feel like it's being very beneficial in like keeping my locks, all neat and everything. I just jump in the shower, rinse it, wash it. And then when I get out and go to actually braid it like how I'm doing now, I'll just go ahead and braid down. If I feel like I need to, and it's been a while since the retie, I'll go ahead and separate some of the locks at the roots with my fingers as well to loosen up some of that loose hair. But I just did a retie maybe 2 weeks ago. So hair is still intact for the most part. So I'm not having to really run my fingers through to separate them at the roots. But y'all, that is literally all that is going on with my hair. So again, not a ton of updates, still loving it and just really listening to my hair and not being so structured maybe like I was in the very beginning, because I think every month that goes by, I realize this was supposed to be hair freedom for me. And what is the freedom in it if I feel like I'm always retightening, I'm always washing, I'm always braiding, I'm always styling? Like, that's not the freedom that I wanted. I wanted to actually take my scarf off, spray, shake, and be able to go. And that's what I'm doing these days. So that's the update on my hair, y'all. If y'all have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Oh, I also think I'm going to try some hair wax paint. I think I still have some for when I was a loose natural. I'll have to look and see if the stuff expires or anything. But maybe I'll try that at the next wash day, or maybe halfway through this wash, before I wash it again, I'll give that a try to see how it works in my locks and how it rinses out, because I do want some color. I love my black hair, but sometimes I do want some color, and I think that's a nice way to try it without committing to actually bleaching and dyeing and all that good stuff. Okay, but if I do that, of course I'll record a video for you guys so you guys can see the outcome of how that happens. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.